Hi everyone, it's Agnes. I'm going to read you Yvonne's success story. Yvonne is one of the viewers and she has sent this in to me. So, she says, I would love for you to share my story with your viewers in hopes that it touches others in my similar situation. My story is a long one and I started in September 2013 when I met my specific person in person for the first time on a date. On that date, I noticed this was different from the others. I really liked this one. We had met online and clicked rather well, so a date was an obvious next step. After that date, we got together a few times, as often as we could, considering our work schedules were not easy to plan around. We emailed and texted often to stay in touch as much as possible. We had done this until December when we both realized that due to our scheduling conflicts, things were not going to work. We were both dating each other and others casually, so it was not like we were an official couple, and this parting was not difficult for either of us, or so I thought. We remained friends and would chat on occasion. In January 2014, I had met another guy and started a relationship with him. He was a distraction, to put it best. I started to realize while I was with this guy, and he is a great guy, and having loads of fun with him, that I actually had stronger feelings than I originally thought I had for the other guy. And I was still thinking about my specific person, but not as much as I used to because I had someone else taking my attention. This caused us to distance ourselves and lose contact with each other. My specific person knew I was in a relationship and he respected my space. In March, the guy I was seeing deployed and things got a little rough between us. While he was away, I suddenly and unexpectedly was receiving texts from my specific person. Towards the end of March, I was very unhappy in my relationship and chose to break things off. Even though I was the one who broke things off, I was still very upset by the breakup. And guess who was there to console me during a rough time? Yep, my person. He did a lovely job of consoling me for one evening, and I ended up pregnant at the start of April. Now, at this point, I really wanted a child, but I had given up on the idea of having one. Later, I realized I really wanted one with my specific person, and the universe provided. LOL. You might think this was the happy ending I was hoping for, but it wasn't. Due to the unexpected pregnancy, we grew distant. More specifically, I grew needy and pushed my guy away, which just led to heartache and resentment and loads of other cruel and negative emotions on my part, which he reflected back to me. In November, close to my due date, we started reconciling for the sake of our child. It was hard, but at this point, I realized I loved this man and just wanted to make things right between us. When I look back on this whole thing, I can actually pinpoint times when I knew he loved me too and when he also wanted us to work. But at that time, I was unwilling or unable to see it. How foolish I was. In December, I gave birth to our wonderful son, and for a short while, we were doing great. But in the back of my mind, I was hurt and upset, and this led me to give my person a very unsavory script to play out. At the hospital, the day I went into labor is when he chose to tell me he was seeing someone. This hurt more than I expected it could. I was devastated, and although I tried to put on a happy face and play along and keep things good between us, it didn't last. The added person to our mix and my hormones caused a lot of crazy emotions, which led me to push him away again. I grew very angry towards him and his relationship, which he reflected right back at me. If only I knew then what I know now. We became so bitter towards each other that we started to talk less and less, and we couldn't co-parent our child the way we should. So I took him to court in June 2015. Our state of negativity towards each other lasted for over a year. Things were really not good between us. In August 2016, I stumbled upon my path that led me to learning more about LOA. And over the past few months before this point, I became miserable. I hated that I was so unhappy with my guy, and so I was trying to find a way to change our relationship. So I worked on me. I worked on forgiving myself and forgiving him. And I did change things. He and I did get loads better. It got even better in October after we settled in court. And at this point, I had come across your videos, but I wasn't ready to take them in and realize what you were saying in them, so I put your videos aside. It was in January of this year that I decided I wanted him back and I wanted a family unit with him. He was still with his girlfriend, so I dove really hard into learning more about LOA, and your videos kept popping up. So I folded to the universe and watched as much as I could. I tried several techniques with little successes here and there, but it wasn't until March that I tried them to get my guy. I tried the whispering one, sending love, the meditations you posted. I tried living in the end and visualizing, and a magic dream box. I tried all of these things but couldn't get my desperation for him off my mind, and I couldn't get out of my own way. I had limiting beliefs and negative thoughts. So I gave up on all those things. They were fun and did give me some of the manifestations I wanted, but my guy wasn't with me, and that is what I wanted most of all. I reflected on our past and noticed I had done similar things like scripting and visualizing these things I didn't want with him because I put my focus on them and they manifested. I know this stuff works. I saw how it did in my past with things I didn't want. Then I realized I just wanted him to be happy, and I wanted to be happy. So this summer I focused on me and my son and enjoying our time together and just being free and doing things I liked doing. My guy was still on my mind, but it was not my focal point. I loved me and my time with myself and distracted myself with those fun times. What happened next? My person and his girlfriend broke up. He realized he just wasn't in love with her and that it wasn't right to be in a relationship he didn't see a future in. He contacted me and has put forth the efforts to work on us again. We started talking more and even seeing each other more. We have more family time together, and he said word for word some of the things I had hoped he would say to me. We have done the very things I visualized. His family has accepted me wholeheartedly. We aren't officially together right now because we're taking things slow. Getting to know each other again, becoming best friends first, exactly how I envisaged. But we are definitely heading in the direction I had hoped for. We will be together in a romantic, loving, faithful, passionate, respectful, fun relationship. The universe has never let me down. My process was very slow process, but it got there. Getting into alignment with love and higher vibrations, and everything you expect and desire does fall into place when and how it is supposed to. But it all starts with you and being patient. Thank you for everything. You are amazing and inspiring. Well, thank you, Yvonne, because that is brilliant. That's a lot of learning in there. And like you said, getting out of your own way, like we just don't see it sometimes, do we? Any of us. It's the same. We just get caught on a groove and we go over and over and over it. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. That was a good way to start the morning. Lovely. Thank you very much. Oh, I also wanted to tell everyone, Isolda, one of the viewers, contacted me about doing my YouTubes with Spanish subtitles. So she's actually in the process of doing that, because apparently those of you that are in Spanish-speaking countries do not have a lot of information about specific person or everyone as you pushed out and all the kind of main YouTubes on my channel. So she's started to do that, and she is talking about seeing if she can dub them where she talks in her own voice. It's my YouTube. She talks it in Spanish, and then you don't need the subtitles. So she's investigating and working on that today. So know that's in the pipeline. All right. See you later.